Mark Addison.
So you know what sucks about going so late in this competition? These Spanks are cutting me in half. So what's up? My name is Mark Addison. I'm the youngest of four to Southern Baptist missionary parents. At one time, I was Mr. Gay Texas. I went on to become second runner-up to Mr. Gay All-American, which is really fucking third, and just got out of a 14-year relationship. Welcome to the shit show! So yeah. So my Grindr profile says, hey, what's up? Hey. So if I'm in your neighborhood and not normally on your grid, that means I'm probably fucking your neighbor, and it's probably the one you're thinking of. And so the other day, this guy hit me up and said, are you fucking my neighbor, and is it the one I'm thinking of? And I said, I don't know. Does your mom live in your neighborhood? And he came back with, my mom is dead. Are you fucking my dead mom? And I said, well, I was. Until she ghosted me. And he came back with, ha! I said, sir, this is never gonna work. I said, because I am into aggressive tops, some light BDSM, and puns. And what you should have said after my ghosted comment was, boo! Line? Oh. Boy, Trump's new economy sure is terrifying, isn't it? And you know what? That's what I think we should do. That anytime he crosses a line, fucks over the line, does a line with his son, we should just take a moment to go, line, and do whatever we can to change the narrative. What's the 3 scariest words you could ever hear from Jeffrey Dahmer? Give me head. And speaking of killers, boy, RFK Jr.'s out here killing it, isn't he? I swear to God, it's not only his policies that I disagree with, it's the fact that he sounds like Katharine Hepburn the later years, right? I know at one point he's going to be like, polio will soon be in bloom again. And what is up with these fucking Kennedys and their brain issues? I mean, RFK Jr. had a brain worm, JFK didn't. And Jackie picked up all the remnants all over her pink Chanel suit. So, when I was a kid, I was in love with the Little Mermaid. All I wanted her to do was be part of my world. But then after thinking about it, when I became an adult, you know that bitch had crabs. And you know, recently, the live-action version of The Little Mermaid came out, and everybody was all up in arms about the Black Little Mermaid. I was like, you know what? Y'all need to calm the fuck down. We don't know what mermaids look like because they don't exist. I said, the problem I have with the Black Little Mermaid is I didn't think black girls like to get their hair wet. And then, to add insult to injury, they made Ursula into a white woman, played by Melissa McCarthy, which was just another example of a white woman trying to steal a black girl's voice. And then, you know, recently, too, they did the live-action version of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, except they axed the and Seven Dwarfs part, and it was just called Snow White. We know Peter Dinklage, that dwarf from Game of Thrones. Well, I checked. We can call them thrones. We're fine. So he got all up in arms and up on his soapbox because Disney was using CGI dwarfs and not dwarf actors. Well, Disney said that they came back and consulted the dwarf community, which I could only assume was a very small community, and the reactions were quite varied. Some were happy, some were grumpy, some were sleepy. Is that joke too short? So I was house sitting for a friend of mine once upon a time, and obviously when you house sit for a friend of yours, you want to watch their porn collection, and I am available for house sitting. And so, so I'm sitting there watching porn, listening to music. Oh, it was called Ass Man and the Wasp, which I thought was going to be about a big black guy fucking Anderson Cooper, but I digress. So, yeah, it was called Ass Man and the Wasp. So I'm sitting there listening to music and watching porn. Now, this is how old I am. He had a 5 CD disc changer, and the CD changes, and, well, I know I should have gotten to change the CD myself, but my hands were full. Believe it. And the CD and the porn slowly start to sync up. I forget to tell you what the CD was. It was the soundtrack to Les Mis. So all of a sudden it goes, it'll come, it'll come, it'll come. And it did. And there I was jerking off on my own. Thank y'all. I'm Mark Addison.
One more time.